It's October 27th, 2021. Nucci went to the store with my mom. I just finished a piece about the Ghost Warrior, and lo and behold, without any prompting whatsoever, this is what walks through my door. I'm like, and earlier, Teofrio, 1975, puts on a UFO something he was watching, and it says something about the word, the sounds, brouhaha, or bruja. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's one of my, like, I don't know where I picked that up words. Turns out it means witch in Espanol or in Spanish. So I walked up on the avenue.
We gotta make this smaller for you.
Nucci, look at me. You look very handsome, my love.
Take your thing.
Ti voglio bene.
Nucci, take your and
my axe.
You got it? And your axe, yes.
I have to fix the cake for him.
Oh, mon petit chouchou. Que bello.
You know him, anything.
Oh, mon appétit.
That's how he can go to school. He's still feeling
So anyway, so yes. So I took the word brew, which I've used before. I don't know in what reference or context I used it, but I said something about brouhaha, because it had come up. But it's one of those things, like, I know it, because it's somewhere in here when I go to, like, heliosphere, or whatever, and whatever. And then I come back here, and I'm in serendipitous work, and it's like tripping into situations that I don't want to be in. And so I went up on the avenue, and I have one confirmed Colombian. I call him my angel valet, only because his name is really Angel. His mom named him that. And on his back, he wears a word that says valet. And he works out front of the Lazy Cow restaurant that just opened. And he says he's Colombian. And so far he helps me with sometimes translation. If I, like the other night, I was working on a linguistical piece for myself with like misola. Misola, like, and then I went into disole. But he said sol, S-O-L, is the sun. Solo or sola means that you are single. I'm like, right, okay, I have to get this because this is the way that the humans use it in language and context. It's important to know these steps so I don't misstep or misspeak. So I went to him tonight and I said, now, Angel, I said, I need help with bruja. I was like, bruja, ha, ha, ha. I was like, what does it mean? I was like, because I need to know these things so I don't misspeak and get myself in trouble. So he explained it in his human, that he said, let's think about this. He said, say you and I are married. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, remember, I'm married to a god somewhere else. And I said, but I will listen to you and I understand how you are trying to set this conversation up. So, got it. And he said, right, so we are married in this conversation and I find a girlfriend. The girlfriend calls you a bruja or bruja. And I was like, so the girlfriend calls me a witch. I was like, now I'm lost in this translation. I was like, he says, well, there's a lot more to it. I go, see, yeah, those are the things I need to know. And so he said, I said, so the sideways thing, right? The sidestep. So she's like, what, cursing me? Is that what you're trying to say? And he's like, yeah, actually that works because he says she has, now the wife is said to have a broom and a big nose and some warts on her face. I'm like, oh, that looks about appropriate to where the story may have began. Just saying in Wendigo and UFO territory. So that kind of sort of made sense, but I really feel like I am missing something in this larger schematic, but I'm all right with missing some of the features because I don't want to know everything, because then there's corroboration and culpability, but that catapults something and something in a kind of sort of but not really, because I don't know if it's Polynesia amnesia or if it's Indonesia amnesia, but I am having a problem in this America of the North during this time frame of 19th century, 7 decade plus 8, into a 20th century, 2 decade plus 1 year. The daily machine awakening has trouble sometimes with connections from 1 decade, sometimes some months into others, because there's some braiding, unbraiding, but not in Brady Bunch. It's in the tachycardic, lethargic bunch that is now causing problems in big ways in whatever. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. Again, it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. I did my piece today about the clouds above that are not sticking in a vacuum of perfect ionic conformity, like in a vacuum scenario. They are being pulled, but that is vortex pull. I also watched the water go down in the bathtub today, and when it had a thick amount of water in the bathtub, which usually comes out in Bayside Station in like a brown color before anyone gets into it. It's a gross color, but whatever, it's not clear, because there's some kind of ionic whatever in the pipes. But when you get into the bathtub, when I put the water thing down for it to swirl, the vortex would start a small swirl like a tornado, but it would grow a silo, and then it would lose its silo, and then it would grow it again and hold it for very little, and then it would lose it again. Again, these are different magnetic charges at different slices and levels in a vertices. But on the horizontal, it is very visual. If you know how to be cognizant or watch for different symbols. And then as the water dissipated in thickness and density, when it got to a lesser of a level, it then no longer had a tight spiral. It then became more like a starburst, almost like if a swastika had a spin or a torque to it, like that spread out, but with almost like a propeller in water, but on a horizontal plane. And it did not have a very thick pull for a tight tunnel of vortices. I don't know the perfect words for it, but that should be prowess enough to explain the shakiness of my science doesn't even conform. It's not, my science is changing around me, and it's like, I know you guys study science, and it's locked into like, nope, that's Isaac's principle, it's Isaac's law. Got it. Okay, so when they mess with the laws of Isaac and Newton and others, and now all of a sudden I get shaky and disconforming physics laws. Now, how do I protect myself in that situation when I see it all around me and I don't have proper swimming coaches at the end of my lane with a whistle and a clipboard so I can swim over to him and document it? Just curious. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza.